All right, come on, let's clap. Now, tired. Good morning on this fabulous Wake the F Up Monday. It is Monday, July the 22nd, 2024, 5 minutes after the hour. Guys, welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, feature Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Chat room is wide open, or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Special guest this morning is the one and only Sharon Bond. We truly appreciate her. Um, Please like, share, follow, and subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. We hope that you guys are okay this morning on this beautiful Monday morning here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Hope your family's okay as well. This is where you get your morning love, but most importantly, for the last 8 years, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started at. To the Queen, SennyJ, good morning. God bless. Good to see you. Looking well, young lady. And how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today. On this Monday, we're going to get started with Senny Says. Of course, I will let you know everything that is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have front page news with SennyJ, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that.
Of course, we want you to stick around for that, and we truly appreciate all our beloved listeners to this show, and thank you so much. And as Danielle Williams would say, good morning, chatties. Danielle Williams tagged chatties, remember back in the day, Cindy J, and we started using that, and our beloved Hottie Toddy gave us the Babylonians, and comedian A.G. White gave us neighbors. So we want to, acknowledge that because we're not thieves here. Our beloved Wendy Williams gave us Wake the F Up Monday, and I think Kareem Williams gave us Toxic Talk Thursday. I might be wrong. Is that correct, City?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I smoke too much to remember, but shout out to all of you guys who have contributed to this show. We appreciate you.
See, I'm giving.
You will not be forgotten.
Yeah. Well, see, at least I'm going the extra effort and naming names. She's being more general about it, but it's fine. Okay. So, hold on. We got an action-packed show today. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired as hell. I had a great week, a productive weekend. But Cindy, ladies first, because in spite of what you'll think about your favorite uncle, I am a gentleman. Cindy, you're first. How was your weekend, young lady?
My weekend was great. I went into the city. I actually shouldn't have because I had underwent surgery on Friday, so I wasn't really supposed to go anywhere, but I was like, I already paid for these tickets. I'm gonna troop it out. Definitely trooped it out. Shout out to the 9 a.m. banger. The Rise and Rose party was off the chain. I definitely should have posted, but it definitely kicked my ass, and I'm definitely feeling the results of that today. So, but I'm alive. I survived. There you go. Hopefully my doctor doesn't see this.
Okay. Sean Hayes Jones, good morning. God bless.
Hey, LaShawn.
Well, here we go. I had one of those weekends where I did a lot of, entertainment, but I didn't do, stand up. Well, I told some jokes. I was being funny.
Not I was being funny.
Friday afternoon, I get a call from the New York King of Comedy. He was stuck in the airport because they had some kind of major glitch that we talked about Friday in the system, and he was stuck in some city in America. So he couldn't get to Rochester. Oh, he was in Charlotte, North Carolina. So he couldn't get to the gig in Rochester, New York. Dara Jackson, good morning and congratulations on your recoveries and all the things that's going on with you. And CJ, I get a call from the New York King at 1:00 in the afternoon to replace him to host an event in Rochester, New York. From Bethlehem, Pennsylvania to Rochester, New York is a 4-hour and 20-minute drive, CJ.
Right.
I immediately now. By the way, I did have another private event Friday night in the Stratton area, but I called that guy and told him that's going to be a no go. First of all, the relationship I have with the New York King is like I love that dude, and he's like basically one of my brothers.
Right.
And Spenny, he tells me, listen, uh, wear something black because it's a black affair. And see, something told me, wait a minute. And it's a church event. But something told me, like, wait a minute, don't. Because I was going to put some black jeans on and a shirt, like, and just go. And something told me, like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right. Let me bring some slacks and shirt. Then he hit me back, yo, it's a 50th, the church is celebrating the 50th birthday, 50th anniversary. Cindy, don't you know I get to Rochester, New York, right
It's
on
all white
time?
affair. It's
Right
all
on
white.
time. It was at 7 o'clock. Right. I got there right on time. Cindy, I was driving for 4.5 hours straight. My left hamstring was pulling. It was crazy. I jumped out the car. I changed my clothes. Cindy, I walked into this location. It was in a convention center in downtown Rochester, and it was 600 people there. And it was a gala. And I've never experienced a church anniversary like this before in my life. And I host the event, Cindy. And I know a lot of people like, John, how can you? I do clean. That's what I keep telling people. I do clean shows and church shows all the time. But when you see me perform at a regular bar or lounge or in the comedy club, you think to yourself, there's no way in hell he could do clean comedy. I do it all the time. And Cindy, you're not going to believe this.
What?
They have the choir up there and the band, and they were celebrating and singing throughout the whole evening. There was not one gospel song that was being played. They were playing old school R&B songs like Luther Vandross and Bobby Caldwell and all these songs that we hear on the radio that we love. That's what they were playing. And I'm scratching my head. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because you think a church anniversary, right?
Right.
The 50th anniversary of the church. So there's going to be a little turn up, a gospel turn up. That's what I'm thinking. Cindy, I met the mayor of Rochester, New York. He was turned up. And Cindy, you're not going to believe this. The DJs, they were off in the corner. They were twisted. I couldn't believe it. I never experienced anything like this. But we had a tremendous time. Everyone looked great. I appreciate the committee for hiring me. I thank the New York King for, giving me that last minute job. And Cindy, guess what? I
Yeah.
ended at 9:30. Ended about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I got back in the car, Cindy, and drove back to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. In the middle of the night, got home at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. 3:15 in the morning. Slept the whole day. Then went to my other private event with DJ Hot Sauce. We had a good time. And then in the Poconos. And yesterday I went to go see my grandson, SennyJ,
Mm-hmm.
in Connecticut. So I went from Rochester, New York, one day to the Poconos the next day to Bridgeport, Connecticut the following day. And I am totally exhausted. But it's all good. And I just wanted to share that. I don't want to bore everybody. Well, welcome to
Yeah.
the show. How was your weekend, guys? I was just saying. And then check this out. I called SennyJ Saturday afternoon because we had this little project that we're working on. And Cindy, I want to thank you for helping with this project. I appreciate you. Guys, I called SennyJ on Saturday afternoon to check on her. She picks up the phone twisted. This was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She's out of her mind. She's eating a hot dog. She's downtown in Manhattan somewhere. And some dude was looking at her and she was staring at the dude. She wanted the dude to try to talk to her, but I don't know how that worked out. And then she suddenly hung up.
None of that was going on. The guy was looking at me because I was sitting in the chairs that they had outside their establishment. And I'm like, what is the problem? If I can't sit here, then say something, not just stand there. You got a problem? I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. So if you ain't gonna say nothing, stop staring at me, sir.
Okay.
Fulton
Well, welcome.
Stall Market, whatever your names were.
Well, welcome
That
to the
was the
show,
name of
guys.
the place, the Fulton Stall Market.
The store market, that's a hangout for the others.
Yeah, it was like this closed up building that only Babylonians kept going in. And I'm like, what's going on in there? I was about to go in there after he came out the second time. He's lucky I had other things to do. Would have turned it up in there. I was like, why do I feel racist energy in New York right now? I was like, I'm not supposed to be feeling that here. This is what I
Yeah.
feel back home in the White's grocery store, not on Fulton Street.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what time of the day you was on Fulton Street and what you was wearing. Okay. Well, guys, welcome to the show. Well, how was your weekend? We hope your weekend was good. Thank you so much. Shout out to those folks in Rochester, Pennsylvania. I mean, Rochester, New York. Shout out to those folks in the Poconos. God bless you. And we got some big comedy news heading in the Poconos anyway coming up, so we appreciate it. All right. Stinny, let's just jump into this. Welcome to
Not
the
big
show.
comedy news in the Poconos.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Stop. I
yeah,
can't.
no doubt.
That
Yeah,
just tickled me.
yeah, no doubt. I'm on my grind. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm totally exhausted, guys, but we are here on the Monday to turn up. Cindy, welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show feature Wake Up Tea with the Queen SennyJ on a Wake the F Up Monday. Princess Cox, no pause. God bless you. You already know we got big things coming our way. Go ahead, Cindy. What's the first thing you got? 'Cause I'm done.
Well, I guess I'll go with the big story. I mean, I have a couple celebrity stories, but I'll save those for Toxic Talk Thursday or whatever. I'll talk about what everybody's talking about. Biden is not re-seeking election. He endorses Harris. This all happened on a good Sunday afternoon. President Joe Biden has ended his reelection bid and endorsed President Kamala Harris to succeed him. He said, "It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president," he wrote in a letter posted to his official X account. "And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." As we all know, Biden has contracted COVID-19 over this past week. However, he is experiencing mild symptoms. He said he will speak to the nation later this week in more detail. Biden also praised Harris and urged Democrats to unite behind her. He said, "My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala as my vice president." Harris, who was informed of Biden's decision Sunday, said in a statement that she was honored to have the president's endorsement and her intention is to earn and win this nomination. Many prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, quickly came out to support Harris, although some who released statements reacting to Biden's decision did not mention the vice president, including former President Barack Obama. Um, Yada yada. The DNC is set to begin, I believe it's August 19th. Um, the Biden Harris administration has not one, has, I guess it has $90 million in its campaign fund. Should she be the endorsed candidate, that money will go directly to her, with her campaign. However, though, they did say that Harris alone has raised over $5 million within the first hour of her being nominated by Biden. So it looks like her, campaign is well underway. To, be funded. Of course, everybody against Trump is gonna, rally behind Kamala. However, this is just a nomination. That does not mean that in what could happen, as I understand it, at the DNC is it could also be like a mini primaries with more people coming out on the, you know, to try and be a candidate. So they might do like a little mini debate. They might see how many other people there's, like, I guess, delegates as well. There's like over 4,000 delegates. And I think at that time is when they, she needs to win over these delegates in order to get them to back her. And then I guess if they do choose her, there's another ceremony, and then she would have to win almost all of those delegates to be nominated. So definitely a lot of phone calls that need to be made because not everybody is just right behind Kamala. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Definitely, this is historical. No president in the history of, I guess, our presidencies has anybody dropped out this close to the election. But we all knew it could happen. It was probably, it was definitely the right thing to do. But I guess the real question is Kamala enough to defeat Trump? We've seen this before with Hillary. So I guess we'll see.
Welcome to the show, guys. The only place on earth where you get your morning started right. It's your boy Harvey and the Queen SennyJ. I'm totally exhausted today. It's all good though. Thank God for Jesus, like my mother said. I didn't even know nothing about this until I spoke to SennyJ yesterday in the late afternoon. I found out about this at 6:00 in the evening. I didn't watch it. I wasn't watching none of the news. I didn't know what was going on. I was driving back from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and we was listening to R&B hits from the 2000s and the 1990s. Now, I'm gonna put my show. I don't know. This all could be staged, as the radicals would say. But we won't go there.
What is staged about it?
No, it all could be staged from the shooter. Hold on.
He's dropped out.
Hold on. It could be staged from the shooter all the way down to him not having COVID, all the way to come out. This all could be staged, as some of you folks out there have all so proudly proclaimed over a week ago. Would still, by the way, have no proof at all you stager maniacs. I'll talk about that in a minute, because Harvey's gonna stay on your ass. Pause. You're not gonna be sitting up here talking about everything was staged 2 weeks ago, and now I don't hear nothing right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is SennyJ, the example of poor timing. The king gets nipped on the ear by the bullet, and then a few days later, Joe suffers COVID for the 14th time. But the main part about this was the money started drying up. All the top Democratic donors weren't donating no more money no more. That was done. The co-owner of Netflix, George Clooney, and the list goes on and on and on. They stopped with the money. They said, "No, well, you know what? If he's gonna stay there, he's not getting any money." So he's not getting any funding for his presidential campaign. And then Sleepy Joe catches COVID. When Nancy Pelosi and all these big dogs in the Democratic parties tell him, "Now you got to step down, bro. You had a horrible debate. You called, and then you got back on the platform, and then you said Vice President Trump. You was talking about Kamala, and this is a hot mess." Now, it's a bittersweet day, okay? Listen, Joe Biden, man, God bless him, man. He did the honorable thing. He backed down. He stepped down.
He was forced to step down. He didn't step down on his own.
He was, even regardless if he was ordered to step down or not, he did the right thing. It was a selfless.
You have to say it right. You can't be like, he over here did this selfless thing. 3 days before he stepped down, he was giving an interview talking about, only way I'm stepping down is if I get hit by a train. He did it. It's all about money. He was forced to step down. You said it right the first time.
I understand that. I understand that. But he could have really still stayed in the race and dragged everybody down, which he did. He was forced out. You're right. But it still took a certain amount of humility for him to go, you know what? I see the writing on the wall. I'm out of here. Now, Donald Trump and those guys over there, they feel in a certain way because they had their bullseye on Joe. Now the narrative has changed. Now you have Kamala Harris, 59 years old, a Democrat. She was a senator of California, one of the biggest states in the country. She's been the vice president. And forget about, I don't know what y'all talking about this open convention. Are you people out of your natural minds? We don't have no time. It's 107 days to the election day. We need to go into the Democratic convention with a nominee, not an open convention. What's wrong with you people? You can't open this up. The money, where's the money? We just talked about this, talked about the money. You got billionaires ready to donate. They're not going to just donate to candidate A, B, C, D, F, G, and A, Y, Z. They're not going to do that. They need one candidate to give all the money to.
Well, that's why they're
So
saying
y'all
to
knock
keep
it off with this open convention. Now,
it could. She's just the nominee, Shawn. That doesn't mean they picked her. The DNC did not say they picked Kamala, so it could
that's
be an open
I
situation.
understand that, but we don't have the time for that. You
You
who
also
who
said that we could
who?
that Joe could have dropped out 4 months before the race, and here we are. We're in
Yeah, but
unprecedented territory.
exactly. You're right. If Joe would have stepped out a little earlier, then we could have had all these conversations. We don't have the time. No, Steph, I don't know everything, but what I do know that this might not be staged, young lady. But what I'm saying is this: Kamala, does she have the vigor to do this? I know she got the swag. She's going against Trump. She's not a good debater herself. She doesn't inspire the crowd. She needs a slogan. I don't care how smart she is. I don't care how she used to be a prosecutor in California and attorney general. I don't care about none of that. We know we don't want Project 25 and we want to overturn Roe v. Wade. We know all of this already. This bitch needs a slogan. What
We are
Donald
not
Trump did.
ducks and pearls.
What did Donald Trump do? One thing you got to give Donald Trump credit for. Remember what he did back in the day? He said, make America great again. That shut everything down. There was nothing Hillary could do with that. We need to, instead of us sitting here worrying about an open convention, let's all give some suggestions on a dope ass slogan for Kamala to go out there and hit these streets. Nobody comes up with that. We all on this show, what we're going to do this week, we're going to come up with some dope slogans for Kamala Harris so she can hit those streets and go out there and
She already
campaign.
has a slogan. It's probably going to be something dumb like, change is good. We're here for change. And other people put, I'm with her, and all these dumbass slogans. Y'all going to lose so bad. It's so funny. I'm with her. Who the hell is her? Everybody don't even like her.
And let
What are
me tell
y'all
you,
talking about?
and Kamala Harris, I love you to death. I'm going to vote for you. I'm a registered Democrat. Stop with the pantsuit, son. Let's see some legs out there in these streets.
A little leg might do her some good.
A little, show them little scrawny little legs, and let's get this thing popping. Hillary Clinton had that problem. We saw 17 billion pantsuits and no motivational speech for us. She didn't captivate the audience. Can Kamala do that? Can you captivate us? I'm going to vote for you, ma'am. But you're going to have to get out there. You're going to have to pull your hair down. You're going to have to get a little ghetto. You step up to the plate and don't be so scripted. That's the one thing I don't like about her. She's very scripted. That teleprompter, throw all that in the garbage. And let's get after this dude.
They're not. Trump, listen, Trump was sitting in his office rubbing his hands together when they said Kamala Harris's name. That man is in, he probably has a fake Oval Office set up in Mar-a-Lago, okay? He is sitting there rubbing his feet and hands together like a cricket. Him and that J.D. Vance racist out of Ohio are about to turn it up on that ass. And
All right.
I hope these Democrats are ready for what they got coming for them. Y'all think what they talking about these immigrants are bad? Wait till these political ads start hitting us. They're going to start hitting y'all today with these racist ass ads to beat Kamala, okay? And they're going to work, okay?
And you know what?
So,
Cindy? But see, That's what I'm talking about. This is the real conversation here. They're going to turn up on that ass, like you said, pause. And the moment they do that, Kamala got to step up, break the traditional Democratic rhetoric, and go in on that ass. Pause.
No, she's not, because she's going to do the whole political and I'm not listening to that. And, let's stick to the facts. He's a felon. Hey, everybody, nobody cares that Trump is a felon. Stop using that as a talking point. Nobody cares that he's a felon. He's going to pardon himself. Somebody else is going to pardon him. That's not a talking point anymore. He knows that. His base is riled up that he's a felon. That is not, well, he's a felon and he can't be president. Like, what are y'all talking about? Does he care about that? Like,
Exactly.
Is that really something that's hitting him in the chest?
Right. We don't listen, Kamala. We don't need the Memphis speech in 1968 from Dr. King. We don't need the "I Had a Dream" speech. We don't need none of that.
That's all people want to say. He's a felon. He's a felon.
We don't want to hear none of these soft-spoken, to the script campaign speeches. Kamala, you're gonna have to get down and dirty and get in that ass
Yeah.
if you want to win this thing.
See if you can put your light in your face on the
I'm
other
I'm
side
bringing
of you,
it.
Sharon.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying
That
to.
might help.
And I don't care what y'all say, and Shawn, you don't know what you're talking about. But all the rest of y'all in there that said everything was staged, I haven't heard nothing from you. And all of y'all are smarter than I am. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you this. We don't need the business pantsuit rhetoric from our beloved.
Stop it with the pants.
If Kamala come out there with a pantsuit on, because Trump gonna go in on the pantsuit. I'm telling you. You know Trump, they going in. Come on, they going in, girl. Girl, they go. Auntie, they going in. Might call you auntie.
He will.
They are not the Vance and Trump, they going in on that ass. So don't sit there and take the high road and sit on some pedestal and talk about you had a dream. We don't have no time for the dream. The dream is a nightmare right now. And all right, give Joe some love for the first 2 minutes today. Give him a little love and then get to work. Sure up this nomination. Some of these folks in the chat room talking about an open convention. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. We don't have no time for open convention. We have no time for that. We got 107 days, and then the Democratic convention is next a few weeks from now. We have no time for that. We can't put these printers on hold, these graphic guys on hold. Let's get the prints out, let's get the banners out, and let's get to work. And all these undecided women that sat there and go, I don't know what to do. Now you know what to do. Because this presidency, and I'm gonna yield my time. This campaign for presidency this year, the women of this country will determine the president of the United States. Ladies, this is your uncle talking. And 35 years ago, I'd have smashed half of y'all. Ladies, we need you. We need you to set this right. Ladies, you have a woman, you have the first female vice president of all time, and you can elevate that to the first woman president of all time. I think that alone, the women of this country should vote for just that. She's qualified. I yield my time. I yield my time. Good morning, Sharon. I yield my time.
Good
Good
morning,
morning to the both
Sharon.
of you. Hi, lovies. Cindy, you look
I
so
don't want
pretty
to see
today.
no pantsuit,
Thank you.
son.
You do. I love it. I love the like you. You're glowing. Okay, I
Oh,
like the
thanks.
procedure. I like the
I
procedure.
Girl, I need to
Yes.
wash my face. I'm oily as
Okay.
hell. But
Do
thank
that
you.
afterwards. But you're looking good. Yes.
Thank
Don't
So
you.
worry.
so
Don't
Cindy.
worry, Sharon. Don't
So
worry.
Cindy. Even though Joe is talking. Oh, that's Sean. I forgot.
Not Joe. Ah.
Even Joe is talking. No, I forgot. No, that's Sean. So listen, in order for us to have her win, we need men like Sean to stop bashing us and calling us the B word. so that way it could give us some elevation in this whole game, because it's not a her thing, it's a we thing. And all for us, yes, Sean, step away. In order for
Get her,
us
Sharon.
to
Get
get to get it snatched and pull it together, we need to band together. The word is two, T-O, Sean, gather. That ain't bonnets from back in the day. But anyway, if we all get together, okay, whether she wears, not the boxy thing, but it's not about her suit, it's about what she knows, who she is, and how. She used to be what, a defense attorney?
a prosecutor, yeah.
Prosecutor. So she's got the gift for gab. So she'll be able to do that. And of course she's gonna do what black folks have been doing for years. We take a high road. But I think if she needs to get down, to get down grimy and dirty, I think she will. But all of the men need to get behind the woman and support her as though we would support them if it was a black man ahead. That's how Obama got where he's at, because of what we did. I'll yield my time to you, SennyJ.
No, I think, I'm very, this whole, country, the government, it's very disheartening to me. But if there is somebody that's qualified, she's definitely qualified, right? So I think that's great. But I also think, people are fickle. People are very shallow. People are very one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And the government knows this. That's why they do all the stuff they do to us, because they know we're not going to do anything about it. So that's what I'm worried about, because we've had the best candidates before and they've not been in the positions they need to be. And we all know that happens. So my thing is, what are people prepared to do should that happen? Because the Trumpers, they know what they're going to do if Trump doesn't win. January 6th, we already seen what they're prepared to do, and they wasn't even talking about it for real on social media. So, there is things going on that we have no idea about. And I think that's what people need to get focused on. Like, what really does this election mean to you? What really are you prepared to do in the face of democracy? You know what I'm saying? When you are faced with things that are not ready, that are not right. And,
Okay.
when people are ready to talk about that, then I'll be here for it. But this whole two wings of the same bird is
Okay.
not enough for
Well,
me.
Sean is ready to get her seamstress. But go ahead, Sean.
um, I want to say that Cindy J is always pessimistic about the United States government, and she has every right to be. First, I'm going to apologize for using the B word to my beloved Kamala Harris, which I'm going to vote for a Democrat regardless. But if you think that, and I use that word obviously in a term of endearment, but I do apologize. But if you think that's what you think, the B word that's identifying Kamala Harris is going to be 10 times worse from the mother folks on the other side. This woman better get ready. And this woman better get in the trenches, get down and dirty. She might have to bring it down to their level just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Wouldn't that be great if she brought Michelle Obama on as her VP?
Michelle don't want no part of this. Michelle Obama was trending on Twitter yesterday.
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be? Let's give some imagination to this. Could you imagine?
Nah, girl, we need to imagine taking down this government. That's what I want to imagine.
No,
I'm gonna step away from that.
Yeah, that's what we need to imagine. If we just go,
show gonna be canceled, taking down the government. Oh Jesus! I'm going to the Bible.
Well,
meet me after the show. The show after the show. Y'all click on the link.
Yeah. So I could use all the words I want, but you're absolutely right. Michelle Obama will rejuvenate the base, but will it take them over the top? No. I mean, she's going to have to be presidential. I think Joe should, even though he's still the president until I think January, right?
January 5th.
Right, January. I think he should just really step down and just let Kamala just do the job and, sit home and his beachfront house and just chill and let her just take over, right? I don't know if she could move into the White House or whatever. Joe shouldn't even go back to the White House right now. Joe should stay where he's at, relax, and just be one of those sort of guardians, and if Kamala needs to talk to him, call. Let her just really, from this day moving forward, just become the president, the acting president of the United States, and let her rock out. Because if that's the case, then she will have more confidence in delivering whatever message she wants to deliver to the American people as acting president comparison to vice president. I don't even think we should even look at her at this moment as the vice president. I think we should look at her.
We don't
We,
even know her running mate. We don't know her stance on anything. We don't know really a lot for you to just be like, yeah, just put her in
we
there.
know.
Like,
Excuse
Well, we
me.
voted for
You're
her as
not even.
vice president. We know
You
something, right?
you're not
some
even
people,
listening.
yeah, but
You're not.
despite all that, she's been very behind the scenes.
Listen,
Last time
listen.
we saw her, they had her out front with the immigration problem, talking about something happening and then never following up. We still don't know what happened with that. She was
Excuse
just,
me.
we still don't know what happened to those Haitians that were down in Texas that were getting whipped by horses. What the hell happened with that?
Yeah, listen.
Kamala was supposed to be on the front lines with that. We never heard anything. So I don't know. Maybe it was staged that the Haitians were getting whipped down in Texas because all of a sudden they disappeared and Kamala was supposed to be the front runner for that. But we'll
Uh,
leave that in the back burner right now. They're talking about they want her front. So we don't know where
what?
she stands on a lot of stuff. They're
What?
talking about they want her vice president to be Pete Buttigieg. And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Pete Buttigieg right now is the head of
Oh my God! You see
That's
what I'm
Department of
saying?
Transportation.
that's the
They
setup
want
putting that
that,
out there, Cindy. That's the
huh?
setup. That's the setup. That's the Donald's people putting that out there. You gotta put some negative out there so that way we can catch that bait and bite onto it and talk.
Why is
But
Pete Buttigieg negative?
she ain't got
Why is
Wait,
no
Pete
Pete Buttigieg. He couldn't even win.
wait.
I think he ran for
Hold on.
council member. He couldn't win. He
Hold
ran
on.
for something.
Hold on.
but
Hold
that
on.
is
Hold on.
somebody that they are rumoring to
Hold
partner
on. Hold
with.
on. They got a lot of people out there they're gonna name to be a vice president. But
Sean,
unfortunately,
I saw your
Cindy,
name in the pool.
Cindy, unfortunately, you're not listening to anything that you're saying. We
No,
don't
I'm
care
listening
about
to
what
what you're saying.
we don't care about what the message is. The message is to try to defeat Donald Trump for getting him into the office. That's what this is all about. We don't.
Yeah,
Do
but
we
you have
really
to
need to know her
understand, Sean,
message?
there are people in power though that want Trump there though. That's the thing. That's what you're missing. You're thinking it's everybody vote, people, people, people. The people that are part of the electoral college, the people that are part of these super PACs like the Heritage Foundation, who are backing Project 2025 and owners of Nabisco and Tesla and all these companies, Con Ed, all these electricities and utilities that we use every day. Those are the people that are in charge of putting who's in charge. So
Well,
if
if that's
they
the case,
want him to be there
okay.
to
But Cindy,
to follow through with their stuff, now you can say that's a conspiracy theory all you
yeah,
want,
yeah,
but
okay,
if those are the people that want him in power, he's going to be in power.
yeah.
So
But
what are you
Cindy, you could
talking
do,
about? The regular
yeah, but
average
Cindy.
American does not
Oh
have
my God.
power to make decisions on what
Oh
happens
my
in the
goodness.
government. What are you talking
Yep.
about? It's
Cindy,
about
you,
lobbyists.
Cindy,
Who do you think
Cindy,
the electoral college
Cindy,
is? Why do you think
Cindy,
we don't know who these people are?
Cindy.
Like what you're
Hello.
saying doesn't make any
It
sense.
makes
If
sense.
the
You're not
people
because you're
want
not.
her in
First of
there,
all,
the people are gonna put her in there. What are you
you're
talking
not,
about?
you're not allowing me to finish. What I'm saying is, at the same time, with
I'm
these powerful
exhausted.
corporations that you're talking about, there's also those type of corporations on the Democratic side. So you could go either way. We could talk about this all day. So there's still power. You're right.
I'll see you
There's
on January 1st. I'll see you on
there's
January
still
1st.
there's
I'll see
still
you on
there's
January
still
1st because
there's
you over
still
here
power.
drinking the
There's still
Kool-Aid.
excuse
You
me.
over here
There's
drinking Jim Jones Kool-Aid,
excuse
and I hope it tastes
excuse me,
good.
excuse me, there are still powerful organizations and companies that are democratic. The co-founder of Netflix withdrew all his money from the Biden campaign. So you can rank him up there with all electric companies as
I
well.
just
What
want
I'm
to let
saying is
everybody
this.
know too, the attack of diversity and inclusion, critical race theory, the abortion being passed to over 21 states, all of this stuff. Also, what they did with the Chevron decision with the Supreme Court, kicking out experts in governmental positions to put in their people who they decide. All of that happened under Biden's watch. They're
Yeah, but
Democrats.
yeah,
These
yeah,
past 4 years, that's what they've been doing. Trump ain't
right,
even in office yet, and they let all his bidding go through.
right.
So
And why did
don't talk to
and
me about what the
why did
Democrats
that
want to do
happen?
for people,
And
because
why
that's what they did for
and
us these
why
past 4 years.
and then why did that happen? Because when Donald Trump was president, let me finish. I heard you out. When Donald Trump was president, timing was everything, ma'am. He
It's
nominated
not
and got hold
about
on,
Donald Trump. It's about the
let me
people that are
finish.
already in
You're
office.
not
It's
letting
about the
me.
people who are already in
You're not
Congress. The
you're not
senators
not
that are already
you're not
there, that are
you're
already
not
pushing
even
forward the
you're not letting me finish.
agenda.
She's
It's
not
not
letting me finish.
about him.
My whole thing is when Donald, remember, follow the history. When Barack Obama was president, his last official act, the Republican Senate stopped it because he wanted to nominate this guy to be a Supreme Court justice to tilt the bench. They held it up. Mitch McConnell held it up until Donald Trump became president. So one of his first official acts as president back then was to nominate and get elected one of these Supreme Court justices. And guess what? Two of them died, another one retired, and he allowed another 3 to 4 justices on this bench. So when Joe Biden took over, everything was in place because Donald Trump made this a conservative bench. That's why this whole overturning of the abortion came into play. Now, the whole thing moving forward is you can say what you want. You have your opinion. Of course, there's some corporations that run this and some corporations that run that. I'll give you that. I'm not even going to argue with you on that. But there are some of these powerful corporations that you talk about that want to see and vote for a Democratic president. Now, Sharon's right. Everybody has to get well, if you don't believe in the voting process, that's fine. So you're right. Maybe on election day, nobody comes out and vote. And let's see what happens. Cindy proposed that. Maybe on election day, only 3 people vote. That's it. And they all vote for 3 different candidates and see what happens then. But that's not the case. So you have to go out and vote. There are an electrical, the electoral college, right? There's that whole process that I believe is outdated. It really is outdated to me. They want the state of Maine to have the same power as the state of Texas. That's why they do all these things with these 2 senators and these colleges and all that. But this is an opportunity again to go out there. I'm old school. I don't know, put a #1 chat room if you're old school, if you want to go out there and vote. Because some people think that your vote don't count. That's fine. I believe that it does. Is my vote staged? I don't know. But we need to get behind this young lady for president of the United States. We don't need an open convention because it just causes more chaos. And I think that, this is my opinion, and I'll yield back to Sharon. I think Kamala Harris should be acting president today. Let her just take the job. So now she knows what it really feels like to be president. She doesn't know what it feels like to be president. She's the vice president. They give her own office across the street. She's not included into any meetings unless they invite her in. Let her take over right now. Let her get a feel of it. So now when she come out, she's acting presidential. As you both said, she's qualified. Like I said in the beginning of this conversation, we just need to give her a slogan. She needs a dope ass slogan that we can, not a generic political slogan, but something real dope, sort of like Make America Great Again. We need that from her. And for me and Sharon, I yield my time. I believe in the process. I might sound naive to the fact, but what I will say is this: I'm excited about this young lady. I think we should get behind her. And I think that everyone should endorse. Once we get the endorsements of President Barack Obama, we're good. And I think we can close the gap and get this woman out there. And it all depends on her today, Sharon, when she makes her speech. When she gets out there and when she make her speech, She might need her hair down or in a bun. Come out there with some lipstick. Like, come out there, man. Like, come out there like, yo, this is what we're going to do. Sharon, I yield my time. I yield my naive opinion. I'll stop and I'll yield back to you, Sharon. God bless.
We as our folks, we all have different opinions. That's what makes us all different, but and all there's only one other candidate, and that's her. So we either want him or we want her. It's it's bad that we're stuck, because we either keep him, who he probably today think don't even know that he resigned, and she got to tell him. Sean, I like the idea of her becoming president now, so we could see what she's capable of doing and whatever changes she put. I'm sure she put stuff on the desk to get pushed through, and they stamped it no. But we gotta go. We have to go somewhere, because we are going to go in that Donald Trump air balloon if we don't all get together, pull it together, whatever all of our differences may be. But it's what we have. It's just like when Donald ran, how he won before, because it's what we had. Now, let's pull it together. Let's do it together. Let's support each other. I support you, Cindy. I support you, Sean. And I support me. My decision is my decision. And when I go to the polls, because that's what's important, is going to the poll. Go to that poll and push something, because no vote goes to Donald. And people have to know that when you don't vote, it goes to him. It's not that it doesn't. It goes to somebody else, or just vaguely swimming in the air. No, it'll go to him, because he's the leading candidate right now. But I think she need to come out there a little, hey, yo, what's up? Yeah, like bring it to the people. Get down and
Yes,
dirty, be you. This morning they said
yes.
she first African American Asian. I was like, what? Then when? Now here we go with that extraness, but it's okay. I'm not
It's
going
all
to let that
right.
distract me. I'm not going to let that distract me, because there's a lot of distractions going on. And if you get caught up in them distractions, you're going to get distracted. Is it distracted? Is that a word?
No,
E.
girl.
I think she might need to come out on some Biggie. She might need to come out on some Billy Joel. She might need to
Word.
come out. She got to come
Let
out
me see.
high stepping and busting some
It
ass.
doesn't
How about ladies'
matter.
night? Oh yes, it's ladies' night, like something like that. Look,
Right.
Cool in
And
the
the
Gang,
feelings right.
feelings right.
Oh yes,
Yeah, yes,
yes.
it's late. Yeah, like give it to the people, so we can be like, even you, Cindy, be like, that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what we
You you
Exactly.
need.
think you think a song? You
Yes.
really
Yes,
you
that's how
must
Yes.
I
not
let
know
people
me,
off.
Sharon. You must
A
not
song
know
will do
me.
it.
You must not
Yes.
know me on this show. I
Yes.
first of all, this country is too. A West Virginia senator literally called Michelle Obama an ape in heels.
Yes,
Okay, and
and
you
that's not gonna
think
change.
and you think they're ready to put a black woman, not even just for the United States. We're talking about globally. Okay? We're talking about how globally people feel, not only about women, but black women as well. And you think they're ready to just throw
Uh,
Kamala in there? You guys
We're
are really
ready.
optimistic. I
you know
can't wait
what?
to see you in the
You know
polls.
what?
We're
Everybody.
That's
You know
ready.
what? I'm
We
not
gotta
gonna
do
waste.
it.
I'm not gonna
We gotta
waste.
show our power.
I'm not gonna waste. I'm not gonna waste nobody else's time right now.
yeah, please
In the
don't, because
chat
y'all sound
in the
crazy.
chat room in the chat room, let's get to work. Let's come up with some slogans. I ain't trying to hear what Cindy talking about right now. This is Cindy is the person who said that the guy that got shot in last week in the Trump rally didn't even wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some.
Oh yeah, I'm the only person that said that. I'm the only person in the whole
Yeah, and you
entire
know what?
world that said
Right,
that. I'm
and
the
guess what?
only
And Sharon,
person.
guess what?
I'm the only
Guess what, Sharon? Guess what, Sharon? Last week they had a stage memorial service for him with 1,000 people there. Now
Was he
I
in the
say this.
box?
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah,
And
a
right,
closed. No, Sharon. It was closed casket. It was closed.
right,
He wasn't
right.
in there.
Yeah. Now,
The
now,
world may never know.
yeah. And then Sharon, the next day they had a private funeral for him. Now all that was staged. Now listen.
That's where they kept the real body.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
And
who?
Sharon,
Look, of
and
who?
And Sharon, as you can see, a week and a half later, I'm not hearing nothing from these conspiracy theorists, and I'm gonna stay on their asses. Pause,
And we're
because
not
I hear
hearing
nothing.
anything from their
I,
family either. And
I
we're not
hear. I
hearing
don't hear
anything from them.
nothing.
And we're not
I
hearing
don't
anything from
hear.
them
I,
either. We're not
I
hearing
don't
anything from
hear.
them either.
I
We're
hear.
not hearing about the
They
shooter
show
no
pictures
more.
of them.
We're
They
not hearing
show
about the
pictures.
shooter. We're
They,
not hearing
they,
about the guy who died. We're not
yeah,
hearing about his
we heard about
trailer
him
who
already.
brought
We
him.
heard about him
We're not
already.
hearing about the rifle that he
You know
bought.
who, you,
We're not hearing
Sharon,
about Donald Trump talking about the
Sharon, you know who I
guy.
haven't
We're not
heard?
hearing about them
Who?
either.
Who?
Sharon, you know who I haven't heard from either? The person who
Who?
said all this was staged. Now, back to what I'm
Oh,
saying.
oh.
Back to what I'm saying. I haven't heard from
We
that person.
we we
No,
we all
no,
missing
no,
information then.
no,
The
no,
conspiracy
no,
theorists missing information
no,
too.
no.
We all
No, I
need to
haven't
use
heard
eyes.
nothing. I haven't heard nothing from my conspiracy friends since then. Now,
And you won't.
for
Woo!
the chat
And you
room,
won't.
this is what we need. Everybody in the chat room, let's get to work. Let's come up with a slogan. Let's come up with, and we're going to submit our slogans. And Cindy, you can join us if you want. Everybody come up with a dope ass slogan for Kamala so she can hit these streets so she can win. Let's come up, not no keep hope alive and all that Jesse Jackson crap from back in the day.
Kamala Mala.
Let's come up with something cliches that we can run with, that we can take to the convention, and we can take this woman over the top and be the president of the United States. And Joe,
Y'all
sit
sound
your ass
crazy.
down and let
Mm-mm.
Kamala take over this
Right
afternoon.
now.
Right now, let her take over. You sit there and drink your hot cocoa in your house in Delaware and let her just rock out. Give her the whole Secret Service detail that watched the president, transfer them over. The vice president detail, send them over there with Joe. Give Kamala the presidential car. Let her ride. Don't let her ride on Air Force Two. They got this chick on Air Force Two. What is Air Force Two? Get her on Air Force One and let her rock in prime time. The White House staff right now that works for Joe, all of y'all got to go. Kamala got her own staff anyway. Move them over to the White House. You guys, we don't need you. She got her own press secretary and all these other folks. Let her rock out. I yield my time.
I like that. I think they should, so we can see what what her capabilities are as being in the lead. I think she's kind of doing it already, but yeah, step out front. Go ahead and be in front. Let's see. I'm telling you, we can we can say this, that, and the third, but guess what? The reality is that Donald Trump is right there with his foot on that gas pedal, and he is not going to let up. He's going to reserve hamburgers. He's going to reserve franks. He's going to reserve fried chicken wings. He's going to do a reserve. And he's going to say, I gave you guys 600 last time. I'm going to give you 650. And like, what you like, come on. Like, come on.
uh,
Let's go. Like,
give Kamala a White House dog. I see like all the presidents got a dog. Get her a dog today.
get her a Rock Wilder.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see him walking across the lawn with a Rock Wilder? And his name is Butch. Come on, Butch. Like, you gotta,
Yo,
we need to give it. We need to give
let,
it.
let allow get her a schedule, a tour date. Get her on 17 cities tomorrow. Let her get out there to the American people, talk to them, talk to us, come out, come out just blazing. That's what we need right now.
Amen.
All right.
Amen. Somebody put
Cindy,
in the
where are
chat
you? Because
box,
we got
she's
to
a
have.
reproductive. Yeah, she started coming out talking about women's rights, reproductive. Like, you want us? We right here. We just waiting. We just waiting for the word. One click. Look, one clickbait. You got us, Shawn. I saw you this weekend. I said, is Shawn in a church?
Yeah.
I looked. I said, he just said last week he was going to hell. I looked a little closer. I saw the suit.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, gospel. I was kind of, it was a little complexing, but I just want to say congratulations. You look really sharp.
Yeah, thank you. Again, like I said in the beginning of the show, and it's weird. You see me perform, and then you go, he doesn't do clean or church shows. I do them all the time. So, and shout out to First Genesis Baptist Church in Rochester, New York, for their 50th anniversary. Sharon, they had 600 people there, and I was the honor to host it. And I met the mayor of Rochester, New York. We both shared the same podium, and we all talked. And And those were just some good folks, and I had a good time. So appreciate it. And Sharon, like I said in the beginning of the show, at this celebration, this is 50th anniversary of this church, they had a band and the music and the DJs and all that, and they played no gospel music. They played R&B hits. They sung R&B hits the whole night. And I've never experienced that at a church anniversary. But I appreciate those folks up there in Rochester, New York. So, guys, I don't know where Cindy is. We're going to give Sharon the last word. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you haven't. We do have the clips from our podcast. Oh, there you go. There you
Who
go.
Cindy is?
Yeah,
Oh
my
my
bad, you
gosh.
guys. I have to go into
I
work.
just sent them to your house. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Cindy,
go to the door and I just sent them to your house. Go to the door and let them know you're okay.
Cindy,
No, I'm okay.
Cindy, Sharon's going to do the last word. Then you're going to do the last word and we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Sharon.
So today I was going to do gentleness. I'm going to walk away from that and I'm going to go with self-control. And this is the biblical meaning of self-control. Biblical self-control is choosing to give up trying to control things on your own, surrendering to God for help and working alongside him for real change. Self-control allows us to keep our mind on God while avoiding the temptations of our desires. So remember, no matter what, all day, Cindy and Sean, have self-control, but biblical self-control. Keep your eye on the prize. Amen.
Uh,
Oh, that's so sweet.
uh,
All right.
that that should have been the last word. Go ahead, because Cindy going to say something crazy. Go ahead.
No, this is actually from the Roman philosopher Seneca. If you guys didn't know, he's a philosopher. And one of his sayings is, we often suffer more in imagination than we do in reality.
There you go.
We often suffer more in imagination than in reality. So there you go.
Get
Let's
real.
come. All right, we all gotta go, guys. We see you on Thursday. We have some video clips. We'll put up later on tonight. We truly appreciate you guys. God bless you, Cindy. Good looking out with Sharon yesterday. I appreciate
Thank
Sharon. Did
you.
you get the email? Okay, cool.
Thank
All
you
right, we're
so
out of
much.
here. We see you guys in a few days. God bless. Y'all guys be safe. We're out.
Love you guys. Bye bye.